fuck, Ben. Oh, fuck. Ben Askren just said he believes he could jump over Colby Covington with win at UFC 239. When he came out of retirement to finally join UFC roster, it was only for one reason: to prove he's the best in the world. And with a controversial victory over Robbie Lawler, he arrived in the UFC rankings, and the former Olympic wrestler, he has already positioned himself with a high ranking, and he prepares to square off against Jorge Masvidal at UFC 239 in July. Masvidal, who comes of a stunning KO win against former title contender Darren Till, which makes him the perfect opponent, but Ben Askren continues to chase his ultimate goal to compete for the UFC welterweight championship. To prove I'm the best in the world is the one goal that I came back because I was retired. I think this puts me closer to that. I think the way the momentum is shifting, if I beat up Jorge Masvidal, I think there's a good chance I get a title shot, and if not, I'm not very far away, I'm pretty damn close. The biggest obstacle outside of Masvidal standing in Askren's way is former interim champion Colby Covington, another trash talker who has been promised the next shot at Kamaru Usman and his welterweight title. Covington was at odds with the UFC earlier this year after he was passed over in favor of Kamaru Usman, who went on to win the title with a loop-sided anonymous decision victory against former champ Tyron Woodley. And eventually Covington sat down with UFC president Dana White and had to agree that he would be the next in line to challenge Usman when he's ready to fight again after he underwent double hernia surgery following his championship win back in March. The problem is Usman doesn't expect to return until the latter part of the year, and even he said nothing is guaranteed when it comes to who he fights next in his first title defense. What was promised yesterday doesn't necessarily end up happening tomorrow, and that's why Askren feels like a strong showing against Masvidal could help put Covington back in a holding pattern without a title shot. I think it is possible. I don't think people are too into Colby shtick anymore. They realize it's old, it's washed up, it's just not exciting. The guy is doing one of these things where you sit out and wait for a title fight, and that is something I will never ever do. How long ago was Colby's last fight? Last June? What is this motherfucker going to sit out for 16 months and expect to get a title shot? The only way to stay relevant in this sport, to stay in there and keep getting after it. So yeah, if I go beat up Jorge, I'm going to have a lot more momentum. And if Marty, Kamaru Usman, wants to make some money, I'm sure Marty has a pay-per-view clause in his contract. You're damn sure that I'm going to sell a whole bunch more pay-per-views against him than Colby would. Askren, he has never shied away from taking shots in Covington, who he called for a fight almost immediately after he inked his contract with the UFC, and while that fight could still take place one day maybe, Askren just doesn't understand the logic of sitting out for more than a year and just hoping to maintain your position while other fighters in the division are going out and getting wins. That's a long time to sit out in your prime. Colby had a minor surgery, and then if you remember, Colby had the option to fight Marty in January of this year and Colby said no, and then Colby got burned on that whole deal. I don't know why he keeps sitting out. He should have figured out that probably isn't a great strategy and went to a different strategy. And alongside anything else, Ben Askren knows he could sell a fight against Usman that would ultimately put more money into the UFC's bank account, which is why he believes the title shot could be his with the win on July 6th. I don't see why not. At the end of the day, what the UFC sees more than anything are dollar signs. And right now when they look at me, that's what I present. Well, Ben Askren, Colby Shittington. It should have been an amazing match. But who will skip who? I really have no idea. But Ben, this time I got to praise you. Great throwing, Mr. Ben Askren, but I'd like to see you squaring off against Colby and see which trash talker is better.